When did being late save your life? Just like any other morning, I had overslept and missed the bus. It was the same routine as always. Alarm snoozed too many times. Half a piece of toast in my hand. Backpack barely zipped. I sprinted down the block, praying I'd hear the squeak of the brakes and catch the bus before it pulled away. Not this time. When I turned the corner, the yellow bus was already rolling down the street. I took off, pumping my legs, waving my arms like a maniac. My friends spotted me immediately. I could see them through the windows, phones out, dying with laughter. A couple pressed their faces to the glass, shouting muffled jokes. One of them yelled, "Run, Forrest, run!" while another chanted, "Ka-chow!" as if I was Lightning McQueen. I chased it for half a block before realizing it was pointless. The bus didn't slow down. My friends recorded the whole thing, laughing like it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. Finally, I stopped running, doubled over, chest heaving. I had no choice but to walk, an hour-long trek to school. By the time I got there, I was drenched in sweat, hair plastered to my forehead. I dragged myself into math class and collapsed at my desk. Normally, my friends would have been all around me, cracking jokes, passing notes, making the teacher's life miserable, but their seats were empty. Weird, I thought. Maybe they all skipped. Second period, same thing. No one. Third period, empty seats again. By lunch, I sat alone, stabbing at lukewarm pizza, scanning the cafeteria for even one familiar face. Nothing. I pulled out my phone, checked for texts. Nothing there either. School ended. The final bell rang, the hallways filled with kids, but none of my friends. I walked home alone, grumbling about being left out of whatever dumb plan they'd cooked up. When I got through the front door, I found my mom pacing the living room with the phone pressed to her ear. Her face was pale, eyes wide. She dropped the phone the second she saw me and pulled me into a hug so tight I could barely breathe. "Thank God," she whispered. I pulled back, confused. "What's going on?" Then she told me. The bus, the one I had chased that morning, it never made it to school. Somewhere along the route, armed men hijacked it. They forced the driver off course and took every kid inside hostage. My friends, my classmates, everyone I'd just seen laughing at me through the windows. They were trapped on that bus. It sped south for hours before authorities caught up with it near the Mexican border. My stomach dropped. "Are they okay?" Mom nodded quickly. "They're safe. The police stopped it just in time. No one was hurt." That night, the news was everywhere. Parents crying, reporters talking about how it could have ended in tragedy. I sat there frozen, staring at the screen, recognizing faces I'd known my whole life, stepping off into the arms of their families. And all I could think about was how close I'd been to being on that bus. The next day at school, my friends acted like it was one big adventure. "Dude, you missed the most epic trip ever." One of them laughed. Another joked about me chasing after the bus like a track star while they were headed into chaos. They passed their phones around, showing the videos of me running, then switching to the ones they secretly took on the bus before everything went bad. Everyone laughed. I forced a smile, but inside, I couldn't. Every time I watched those clips, I saw how thin the line was between normal and nightmare. Being late had saved my life, and ever since that day, I've never once complained about missing the bus.